Hello everyone, I guess I'm live right now. Ok, estamos iniciando aqui a live do dia 2 do campeonato do Falando de Yoyo. Bem no horário, devo dizer. Só esperar mais gente chegar aqui aos pouquinhos. A live hoje, só para deixar registrado aí, vai ser majoritariamente em inglês. Vamos tentar arranhar um pouquinho aqui a nossa pronunciação em inglês, já que a maioria dos jogadores, dos competidores de hoje é de fora do Brasil. Deixa eu ver aqui, 4 pessoas assistindo. Áudio e som parece que está ok. Minha cara aparentemente está certinha na live aqui também. Vocês estão vendo já o primeiro competidor aí da categoria 1A amador, pensando aí no nível, nas categorias internacionais. Vou compartilhar o link da live aqui também no Instagram e no grupo do WhatsApp que a gente tem, para o pessoal ir assistindo também. E logo em seguida a gente já começa, mas o fato do áudio estar certinho e do vídeo também. O último teste que eu quero fazer é, antes de ir para os vídeos que a gente vai apresentar hoje, o pessoal que está aí na live já vai me dizendo se dá para ouvir o áudio. Eu vou pegar um vídeo de ontem, tá? E vocês já vão me dizendo se o áudio dá para ouvir. Eu vou deixar passando aqui enquanto a gente não começa. Daí vocês me avisam se o áudio tá certinho ou não. Enquanto eu compartilho o link da live aqui também pro restante da galera. Vamos ver aí, pessoal, já tá chegando. Temos 11 pessoas. O áudio está tudo ok, maravilha. Colocar inglês para jogo? Pois é, colocar inglês para jogo. É o seguinte, eu vou começar fazendo a introdução aqui em português e na medida em que a gente tiver os jogadores aí, tiver os jogadores que não são do Brasil participando, a gente vai tentar fazer uns comentários em inglês na medida do possível aqui. Hoje na live vai estar só eu, tá? Mas para julgar aqui, o Daniel Borges também julgou toda essa galera que vai aparecer hoje aqui também. Então, só para deixar registrado. E principalmente o pessoal de fora do Brasil que pode estar chegando aí, acho que vai ser importante e vai interessar bastante o pessoal. Então, Fidelis está aqui na live, Pietro está na live, Luke Bellinger está na live, hello Luke, Arthur está na live também, e beleza. Felipe tá na live, aí sim, Felipe que vai jogar a categoria 1A profissional depois. For those who are watching and are not from Brazil, I will try my best to speak English for the most part in some of the freestyles during the comments. Beleza. Pietro tá perguntando como fazer para enviar o vídeo para você. Agora as inscrições já terminaram, Pietro. A gente abriu as inscrições em agosto e foi até dia 13 de outubro, né? Então a gente deixou aberto as inscrições por quase 50 dias. Então agora realmente desse campeonato já encerrou. Só no próximo aí que a gente vai fazer ano que vem, mas sem data marcada. A gente tá fazendo 1 ou 2 campeonatos por ano. Então, vamos ver. Pessoal entrando na live, temos 10 pessoas assistindo. Vou deixar aqui rolando também no meu celular para eu ter esse feedback aí de vocês, enquanto eu apresento aqui no meu notebook e vejo vocês. Olha só, minha cara não tá aparecendo, né? Tem que deixar o Discord aberto, daí minha cara aparece. Eu acredito que sim, exatamente. E beleza. Vou deixar o chat aberto aqui no meu celular, enquanto faço a transmissão. Arthur perguntando alguma transmissão sobre o sorteio. Então, o sorteio ainda não está definido a data, mas a gente vai avisar antecipadamente o sorteio e vai fazer ao longo dessa semana, tá? Com certeza ao longo dessa semana no Instagram. Vai ser uma live no Instagram que vai ficar salva no Instagram. A gente não vai fazer pelo YouTube, tá? Bruna Carvalho também aparecendo aí na live. Obrigado, Bruna. Obrigado pelo elogio, pelo comentário. Valeu por ter participado também ontem, certo? A gente tá deixando os vídeos de ontem rodando enquanto a gente não começa a edição de hoje. E só para dizer, a gente vai ter 3 jogadores da categoria 1A Amador Internacional, 3 jogadores da categoria Open, né, que a gente chama de X Division, e 14 jogadores da categoria 1A Profissional. Então hoje acredito que vai ser o jogo mais rápido. Agora é 2h10 da tarde. Acredito que até umas 4 a gente consiga fechar tudo aqui, tá? Hoje vai ser um pouco mais rápido do que ontem. Hoje estarei só eu aqui apresentando, mas o Daniel também ajudou a julgar vários dos jogadores que vão... Aliás, todos os jogadores que vão apresentar hoje. E vamos lá, já é o 2h09 aqui, 2h10. Hora de iniciar o nosso inglês aqui pra gente ver como que fica a situação. Temos 12 pessoas assistindo. 12 pessoas assistindo. E, bem, a primeira categoria que a gente vai apresentar é a 1A Amador Internacional, em que a gente tem 3 jogadores que não são do Brasil. Então eu vou ter que arriscar um pouquinho aqui no inglês. Luke Bellinger tá perguntando: Is there gonna be a shared score sheet with international and not international amateur? Good question. Yes. Today we are going to announce the top 3, only considering the amateur international division, but the overall score will be comparable with the results that we had yesterday. So, for example, if you got 70 points, your 70 points will be basically the same as the 70 points in the Brazilian amateur division. So you can compare the scores by the amount of total points, okay? That's how we've done this time. So yes, you can compare the overall score, the total score, the final score, with the scores that we had yesterday in the Brazilian national division. And the Brazilian national results we have already posted on our Instagram, so you can check it out just after this live stream. Okay, so now I'm already speaking in English here. I already apologize for my accent since I'm Brazilian, so English is actually my second language, and my face is not appearing on the screen again. Let me see. Yes, I think now it's everything all right. So I can see my own face on the live stream. That's important. And let me just see something here. I'm not a big fan of Discord anymore. Yes, I think now it's working fine. I guess my face will be on screen all the time, and I can move through the videos here with no major problems. So 13 people watching, okay. We are going to start with the 1A Amateur International Division. Then we are going to the X Division. We had 3 competitors. And finally, we're going to the 1A Professional Division. And we have 14 competitors in that division as well. So we'll watch 20 freestyles today. And right after that, we'll share all the results here. So I think we won't have any interval, so we can go all the way through from start to finish. And well, I think we can start. So for this live, I'll try to speak mostly in English, and I hope you guys from Brazil understand as well, at least a little bit. So we are going to start already with our first competitor in the 1A Amateur International Division from Indonesia, Lionel Marco. So we are going to watch him in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. All right, all right. So the first competitor here from today's live is Lionel Marco, and he did an amazing job with this freestyle, with this video. So thanks a lot for competing. Thanks a lot for participating. And oh my, he got an amazing amount of tricks. A lot of hard tricks, like a lot of hooks, Brandstall in the neck, and reverse Brandstall in the neck as well. His speed combos are really, really fast, so he has a great control considering all his combos. And I'm really happy to see him competing here. The level here is definitely really high, starting really high. He did like the type of trick that I really like, where he turns his body around just to catch the yo-yo, which is really good for zoning. Zoning is not a criteria in this contest, but I think it makes the trick looks pretty good. So congrats, Lionel Marco. He also had a good variety of tricks, a good variety of combos, and he sure had some misses, I think 3 or 4, I guess, but considering all he did, it was amazing. He did a really good job and a lot of really fast tricks. He's a really fast player. His front style is really fast, and his rail combo is also pretty fast as well. Really risky, again, because he did a lot of complicated and risky tricks, especially considering his neck. So what a start we have here. Unfortunately, he didn't send the video with the music, and music is 10% of the overall score. So yeah, he won't score in this eval, unfortunately. But other than that, amazing freestyle, and what a way to start our contest today in this second day of our competition. So Lionel Marco from Indonesia, I'm really happy to see you competing. Congrats, congrats, congrats. So we have our next competitor. The first one was from Indonesia, and now we'll have one participant, one contestant from Mexico. And his name is Diego Torres, or Diego Torres. So we are going to start here. Since he's from Mexico, I should be speaking Spanish at this point, but we'll speak English for the most part anyway. So we have 13 people watching so far, and I'm really glad. I hope more people will join us after we start all the other divisions like X Division and 1A Pro. But let's start. Oh, let's start right now with Diego Torres video. So 3, 2, 1, and let's see.
Me abandonó sin avisar, la risa me cambió, ahora empiezo a retratar recuerdos de su condición, se siente bien estar aquí, te lo voy a decir, si te distraigo es mi fin, intento saciarte de mí, no, no, soy más que un actor, que jugando con tu sugestión me convierto temiendo y luego sonrío solo.
Okay, great video. Diego Torres from Mexico. So I'm really happy to see him competing again. I guess it's the first time he's participating in our contests. So what a start again. Great tricks, a lot of good slacks and great combos as well. So more people are starting here and watching our live stream. Katie Thompson, hello. Hello, Nathaniel. You're going to show your freestyle right in a moment. And people are asking what division Jaden is on the live stream. Okay, so people from the pro division is already watching. So this is the 1A amateur international division, and Diego Torres is the second participant of the 3 contestants. So after that, we are going to share the X division, and in X division we had also 3 competitors, and right after that we'll watch the 14 competitors for the 1A professional division as well. Okay, so people are commenting the performance of Diego Torres. I really enjoyed his freestyle overall. Good control, well balanced. I enjoyed his song again. It's really good. It's really catchy, I guess. So congrats, Diego Torres, for competing. Great tricks. I really enjoyed his string tricks, his slack tricks especially, and great job overall. Congrats, Diego. I'm really happy you competed in our contest this time. So with that being said, let's go to the last competitor in this 1A amateur division, and he's from the United States, Luke Ballinger. So we're gonna see what Luke Ballinger is going to show us, and I think Luke is competing at anti-Yoyo contests in a couple of weeks. I think. I'm not sure about the other contestants. I'm not sure about Lionel or not sure about Diego Torres, but Luke Ballinger is one of the competitors at anti-Yoyo contest. So let's see what he'll show us today, and let's take a look at what he'll show us in the next weeks. Lionel is also competing. Great to see. So let's see what Luke Ballinger is going to show us here in 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. Luke Ballinger did an amazing job. I really enjoyed his routine. Great choreography, yes, indeed. great trick set, a lot of risky elements. He started with some really difficult hooks, and then he went to the his front style combo and a lot of over the neck stuff, which is every time really hard to hit and really risky. So great trick set, really risky, really ambitious freestyle, I think, and good that he competed in our contest this time. So I don't know how long he's been practicing, but he's already a great player, I think. Great yo-yo player. So many risky tricks, so many zoning. I think I should consider zoning or amplitude of the movements as a criteria in the next contest, because I feel like this makes the tricks much better to watch. But great freestyle, great routine. Sure, he had some mistakes here and there, and that will count, of course, but overall, great routine. Really risky routine, I would say. I like it, his music choice as well. And it's weird for me because like the newer players who are competing recently, who are starting into this sport, usually tries to hit some bangers, and we see that he succeed in hitting those bangers. Like he did a lot of difficult elements that are really hard to learn. I think the only thing he should improve a little bit is on the control point, because usually he hit a really hard trick and then he goes to the next one, but the control is not exactly on point so far, I think. But overall, amazing routine. What I mean about control is that he usually hits a banger and then he like stops for like half a second, and so the freestyle is not as fluid as it could be. But overall, insane routine, insane freestyle. I really enjoyed the way he finished it with two really risky binds. So great tricks. I really wanna see more of you in the next months in other competitions, in other tournaments, in other contests. So congrats, Luke Bellinger. So with that, we finish our 3 competitors list in the 1A Amateur International Division. Thank you so much, Lionel Marco from Indonesia. Thank you so much, Diego Torres from Mexico. And thank you so much, Luke Bellinger from United States. So I hope my English is holding okay at this point. I really hope so. And now we are going to start the X Division already. So we have only 3 people in X Division Pro, right? And I have to share some of my thoughts before we start. I have to share some of my thoughts before we start, because this competition, this contest was open to everyone in the whole world. So X Division is a contest, is a category that you can play 2A, 3A, 4A, or 5A. And we didn't receive any, we didn't receive any registration from Brazil, which is weird to me. And not only from Brazil, but the American people didn't register in this division as well. Because we have 3 contestants, and all the 3 contestants are from Asia. I'm not sure, because I feel like in United States, I feel like in Europe in general, people are really good in 1A in general, but the Asians usually are more focused on other divisions rather than only 1A. Like 2A to 5A, I think we have a lot of players from Vietnam, from China, from Japan, of course, from Singapore and other countries. And we don't see that many competitors, that many players that really put a lot of effort in America overall. I mean, in Latin America, we didn't have a single contestant, but it's something that I feel it's kind of weird, because I feel like, for example, in 1A division, I think United States and Japan or South Korea are basically in the same level. But when it comes to X division, like 2A, 3A, 4A, or 5A, the Asians are still a bit ahead overall. And that's strange. I don't know, it's some kind of cultural aspect that people in all the American continents are more likely to practice only 1A or mainly 1A, and while the Asians are really more open, let me say that, with other divisions such as 2A, 4A, 5A, etc. So, okay, that being said, we had three competitors here today in our X division, one playing 2A, one playing 5A, and one playing 4A division. So we'll have three different divisions. The only one we won't see today is 3A, unfortunately, but let's start with Singapore, with Brian Tell. Brian is competing in our contest since the second or third edition, I think. He really likes to compete and join the competition with us. So thank you so much, Brian, for competing once again. And let's start with his 2A freestyle. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Brian Tell with an amazing 2A routine. I'm really glad to watch his routine once again. He already competed in 2A division in our contest, but I think this might be his best freestyle so far that I have seen, at least. And I don't know about you guys, but for me, 2A is by far the hardest division in Yoyo. Like 3A is hard, but 2A is much harder. 4A is not quite easy, but 2A is way harder. And 5A is not so simple, but 2A, once again, is way harder. I think it all has to do with the fact that we don't do binds in 2A, and which makes 2A way different from every other division. 2A for me is the hardest division, and I'm really happy to see Brian Tell really improving at his skills in this division as well. He'll also compete in 1A in a couple of minutes, but it's really nice to see him competing in 2A today. I really enjoyed his routine overall. I really like the tricks where he throws both yo-yos upwards. I think this is really risky overall because you can hit your face with just a small mistake. So congrats Brian Tell from Singapore to competing once again in our contest. And you know, when I watch this kind of routine, I really want to, try to practice a little bit more of 2A. It's a category that I don't practice very often. So congrats, Brian. A lot of tricks, a lot of good variations. Basically no mistakes, I think. So I think 1 or 2 loss of control, but overall really, really solid and really clean routine. So really nice to see him competing. And okay, the next competitor is one competitor that I was not believing that was going to send a video to us because, well, simply put, he's the current 5A world champion. So it's an amazing honor to have him in our contest here. And of course, I'm talking about him, Ji-ho Lee from Republic of Korea. So he's going to play 5A, of course, and I'm really proud to announce that he's one of the competitors in this FDI Falando de Yoyo contest edition. So let's see what the current world champion is going to show us. So if you guys are ready, I'm going to start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Kill the demons of my mind ever since you came around. We a river running wild. How could I have been so blind? I just live a fast life, forget about the past. I numb out to escape my fears. Friendships only pass by, show up on like strobe lights. With you I feel something real. And I walk a million miles just to see you smile till the day I die. Oh, I need you by my side. We get high on life till the day we die. High on life till the day we die. High on life till the day we die.
All right. So, what can I say about the current 5A world champion that hasn't been said already? He's an amazing player. We all know that. He's really fast. Again, if we compare Ji-ho Lee with the other top players in 5A, like, for example, Sora Ishikawa, Shigehiro Yamada, Migi Hizon, and Kwok An, for example, he plays really, really fast. I think some of this has to do with this string length. I think he uses a bit, how can I say, a bit shorter string than some of the other 5A players, which helps him to be really, really fast. And not only fast, but he's always doing something really risky one after the other. You know, in that aspect, I think the Republic of Korea players have this kind of style where they mixes both speed and risk into their routines. That's what Mir King does, for example. And I think that's what Ji-ho Lee does as well. So many unique and difficult elements. Everything over his neck is absolutely insane, and the horizontal stuff is also amazing. And not only that, he has a lot of how can I say, he has a lot of elements where he also does some kind of slack, not only the string. Yeah, he's doing a lot of slacks, and I think those tricks are really beautiful. A lot of slacks of N whips while the counter rate is moving in some direction, and everything combined together. Wow, it's really an honor to see him competing on our contest. I'm really glad that I'm watching this. Uh, I don't know. I can't give any kind of advice for the current world champion, so it's an awkward position, I think, for me. I'm the current national 5A champion in Brazil, but the Latin America, as I said, doesn't really the Latin American players doesn't practice that much the X divisions. So there's a huge difference. There is a huge gap in quality and level. And again, Jihu Lee, what an amazing routine. And watching this again, we are seeing why he is the current 5A world champion. And it was an honor to see him competing in our contest today. So congrats, Jihu Lee. You're amazing. Simply put, you're amazing. With that, we have only one competitor left in our X division, and he is playing 4A, and he's actually the current champion in the X division in our contest. He's from China. He's Wei Yao Qin. I don't know what's the placing he's right now at China Nationals, but he's definitely one of the top players at China. China, by the way, is what I believe one of the contests with the highest increasing level of competitive players in the last couple of years. I mean, the 1A Nationals this year in China was absolutely insane. If you didn't watch it already, I surely recommend, because the level was really insane. But now we are going to watch his freestyle in 4A, the current champion in the X division of the FDI Yoyo contest. Let's see his 4A freestyle right now. Wow. What an amazing routine for Wei Yao Qin. He's definitely one of the top players in China, and why not in the world right now in 4A division. I mean, he didn't have a single mistake, a single loss of control. The execution here was absolutely perfect. No mistakes, definitely not any kind of mistakes. And honestly, what can I say about his 4A freestyle? It was insane. I mean, I loved his musicality as well. Not only the technical approach, but also the musicality was on point. The execution was perfect. The control was insanely good. I mean, good variety with a lot of arm tricks, a lot of leg tricks, behind the back tricks, and stuff like how can I say, simpler stuff. Insane tricks, chopsticks as well, using both of his arms. Insane trick set from Wei Qin from China. Insane tricks and no mistakes. I really appreciate the amount of effort that he probably put into this routine. So no mistakes. Definitely a good improvement since the last time that I've seen him competing in our contest, last edition, the 4th edition of the FDI contest. And insane tricks, insane presentation overall. I mean, that's the type of freestyle that it's really hard to judge because there's nothing that I really can point out to improvement. I mean, it's already insanely good. So Wei Qin, I'm really happy to see you competing, and I'm really happy to see how good you are as a 4A competitor. I mean, you're a really balanced player. You really fill all the boxes for this contest and for every single contest probably. So I really want to see more of you. I guess I never saw you competing at Worlds. I might be wrong, but I don't remember. I'm sorry. His routine was insane, man. Insane. So who you think can win this contest right now? Brian Tell, Jihu Lee, Wei Qin. It's a fierce battle, I think. What do you guys think on the chat? I'm seeing here 12 people watching the live stream, so thank you so much. And now that we finished the X division as well, I think it's time to start with the 1A Pro division. So we have 14 competitors this time, and we will start here with the first competitor in a couple of seconds. So now we are going to watch all the 14 competitors in the 1A Pro division. I'm really happy to see all you guys that competed. So let's check it out, everyone's freestyles. So, okay, let's start here. The first competitor here is Samuel Lima from Brazil. For those who haven't watched it, Samuel Lima was the last champion in the 1A Amateur Brazilian division in the last contest that we held, which was in February, I think. So he won the amateur division, and now he's competing in the 1A Pro division for the first time. I think he never competed in any pro division in any contest, so it's his very first time. So let's watch him, because now it's time for Samuel Lima show us what he has to us, and let's watch here. Let's watch him in 3, 2, 1, go.
The butterflies on my insides have all gone away. You're not along for the danger, but I'm here to stay. I fall even deeper in the lies, they don't keep me away. You wanna know my secrets, so you keep crashing into my waves. I don't have the patience for that, not okay with waiting for that. I don't know what's changed in my head. Let's go somewhere and never come back. Tonight we lose control. No matter where we go, we're never going home. And you don't even know when I get you alone. You can lose your halo.
Okay. So Samuel Lima did his debut freestyle here, at least in the pro division. Congrats to him. I'm really happy to see him competing in the 1A pro division this time around. Um, well, I think he did a really good job, but I will have to point some advice for him and also for other players who might be watching at this point. First things first, he did the 80 seconds routine, basically 1 minute and 20 seconds. And in Pro Division, you can show up to 2 minutes. So it's a good strategy to use all the 2 minutes because you can show more tricks and also score much more. And so it's really hard to have an amazing score competing with 40 seconds less. So you can see in every competitive division, people use every single second they possibly could. So that's the first advice. And I think one or two tricks, I didn't score that much when I was looking for the first time. For example, there are some tricks that I think I guarantee some points in amateur division, but in pro division, I'm a bit more, how can I say, critic. So, like here, for example, this front style combo, this brain twister combo, I didn't score that much because I don't think it's so difficult or so risky. But it's nice for variation, I think. He also did a speed combo, a rail combo just after that, and did some good tricks as well. So I like to see a player who once was a competitor in the amateur division, now taking a step forward and competing in pro division as well. So huge congrats to him, Samuel Lima from Brazil. Okay, so next competitor also from Brazil is André Shinji, or if I try to speak his name with American accent, André Shinji. I don't know. So André Shinji is also from Brazil and he will show us some of his amazing tricks. So let's watch here in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. So André Shinji from Brazil showing amazing combos and really well constructed tricks and elements. I mean, I want to start a small discussion here. I think the current judge system, which is basically 60% about clicking, should eval a little bit at least of, how can I say, fluidness, I think. It's not exactly control, but some kind of fluidness or uniqueness or rareness. because I feel like some styles are really insane to watch, but in the competitive play, they are really far behind. Sure, I know it's hard as hell to hit some complicated and more risky hooks, but at the same time, we have seen those hooks 100 times before, and I'll try to give you some examples. For example, Tsukasa Namba was one of my favorite players ever, and his style is really unique. He does a lot of difficult stuff, and I think the judging system overall doesn't score him quite well. And I'm not saying it's unfair because the current judging system is like that. So I think we should have something like uh, rareness or uniqueness or fluidness. Once again, it's not exactly control because you can have an insane control doing tricks that other people do as well. But I think we should, the yo-yo in general, the yo-yo as a sport in general, would benefit a little bit with some of those things. And I'm saying a lot of this because André Shinji's style is really unique in my opinion. He has a lot of his own tricks with tricks that we don't see very often. I mean, a lot of tricks here I think I never saw before, which is insane. Uh, I've seen this guy playing for a couple of years at this point, and that's the first time that I'm seeing him trying some behind the back stuff or horizontal stuff. He's more of a technical player. He likes more complex tricks, I guess, but his fluidness is really good. He's really insane. But unfortunately, he had a lot of misses, and this will count in the overall score. So it's nice to see him competing again. I'm looking here at the comments on the chat, and I have to say his presentation, his overall tricks are insane. I don't know how to do basically anything that he's showing here. And that's the point, you know. For example, I think if I compete in an online contest, like next month, for example, I might be ahead of him in terms of score. But his tricks are so much better and so much more refined that I think the current judging system, including in this contest, I'll be honest, doesn't give him justice. Not only him, but other players as well. So that's my thoughts. Amazing tricks. I really enjoyed his routines, and I really wanna learn a lot of his trick, a lot of his stuff. So with that being said, let's go to the next competitor and the last competitor from Brazil in the 1A professional division, which is Philip Fenrich. He's also on the chat here as I'm seeing right now, and let's see what Philip Fenrich has to offer to us. So let's watch him in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Philip Fenrich from Brazil. Really nice to see his tricks. I think he's quite faster than I remembered. I mean, amazing tricks. And he's so confident this time around doing a lot of fast elements, and not only fast elements, but also really risky elements. You see that the camera position is also filming the ceiling because, he's doing a lot of stuff over his head. A lot of neck tricks, a lot of tricks that goes really upwards, and this is usually really risky. Um, Insane tricks. I'm really glad to see him competing. I guess he'll have an amazing score, and he always had potential, and it's nice to see him fulfilling this potential while competing in this online contest. I really enjoyed his horizontal rejection thing. It's a really good trick. A lot of chopstick elements again as well, which is nice. Uh, One thing that I really enjoyed is next to the end of his freestyle where he does some hops under his leg. I think leg tricks, and this is just my thought, might be some kind of meta trick in the future because nowadays we know that hops in the arm are really meta, so a lot of players are doing. And I think some kind of approach, a similar approach, might happen with your leg. I mean, you can do some hops using your leg. I think that makes sense. But that's just my thoughts. Unfortunately, his tricks are so hard to hit that he made some misses, especially some tricks that are really hard and tricks that, how can I say, tricks that have a really good zoning. He missed some, but I think that's normal considering how ambitious this freestyle is. So I'm really glad to see him improving every single time that I see a new freestyle from him. And let's see how this will score in our judges. I'm one of the judges, but I'm not the only judge this time around. So great tricks, Philip. I'm really happy to see you competing again. An amazing routine. I think it will score really, really well. So huge congrats. So the next competitor is not from Brazil. We have still 11 competitors to watch here today before announcing the results, but 11 of them are not from Brazil. We have 3 Brazilian and 11 people that are outside from Brazil. For those who doesn't know, I'm a Brazilian player, and does Philip. Philip is a Brazilian player as well. So the next competitor is from a country that I honestly have never seen any player in my entire life. I'll be honest with you guys. I've been on the Yoyo scene for about 14 years at this point, and that's the first time that I'm seeing a player from this country. So I at this point, before watching his freestyle, I'm really glad that he competed in our contest because I have never seen a player from this country, and I don't know how to pronounce this country in English. Just to start, I don't know if it's Trinidad and Tobago or Trinidad and Tobago. I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'm really glad that this country has one competitor competing here today. So the next competitor is from this country, Trinidad and Tobago or Tobago. Again, I'm sorry how to pronounce this. I'm not quite sure at this point. But with, I guess, 10 years old, and I think he's on the chat, Nathanael Christopher from Trinidad and Tobago. So huge congrats already. Let's see his freestyle right now. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, great presentation from Nathaniel Christopher. I'm really happy to see him competing. I didn't knew his player until this contest, and he's on the chat right now. I believe he's the mini Mirakin, and that makes sense because he used a song that Mirakin used at World Yo-Yo Contest 2019. So I'm really happy to see him competing. He's already playing really fast, I think. A lot of variation, tricks behind the back, tricks in horizontal, some rail combos. So I really enjoyed watching his freestyle. Usually, I think people uses a string a bit longer than they should, but in this case, I think it's the opposite point. I mean, I think Nathaniel could try a little bit longer string because he's doing really fast. His tricks and his combos are really fast paced, but a lot of elements that he's doing are quite simple, I think. So the next step, I think, is to have a little bit longer string so you can have more complex tricks into the mix as well. But other than that, I really enjoyed his routine. I really enjoyed his presentation. I really enjoyed his overall performance. Unfortunately, he had some minor mistakes here and there, and I think that's another point of discussion that I would like to share. I don't know about you guys. If you are on the chat, I really would like to see what do you guys think of it. I think the negative clicks in the current judge system, especially in the pro divisions where we are more strict to give positives, the negatives nowadays are way too harsh, I think, because, we already have the execution eval, so having a lot of negatives, I don't know if that makes too much sense because the guy might hit an insanely risky trick, but if he misses, he will get a negative. So we don't have that much of, how can I say, there's no much incentive to really go riskier and riskier as the time goes on. So usually the guy who wins the contest, usually not always, is the guy who have less misses. But again, great routine from Nathaniel Christopher. I really enjoyed him competing and joining us in this edition of the contest. So I think he's 10 years old right now, so he's pretty young. He'll certainly improve a lot from this point. I have no doubts about it. So keep it up, the good work, Nathaniel. I am really looking forward to you. So with that being said, let's start the next competitor from Mexico. Yeah, we have another Mexican competitor here right now at this point. And here is Iker Mariano. I don't remember seeing him competing on any contest before. At least I don't remember. But I've already seen him doing some insane tricks on Instagram. So let's see his freestyle right now. In 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, that was Iker Mariano from Mexico. So thanks a lot for sending your video and for competing here today. I really enjoyed his routine. Um, so a lot of hard and complex tricks. He's more of a technical player rather than a fast player, I think. But he's not playing slowly by any means. Um, Great routine, great tricks, really interesting elements into the mix, I would say. Um, Again, some mistakes here and there, some loss of control here and there, but we've seen a really great freestyle from him right now. People are saying that the volume here is a bit lower. Let me see. I guess it was on the maximum here. I really want to see if people in the chat right now, if you are listening to me in a good volume, if you are listening to the freestyle songs in a good volume. In this case here, I think the song was actually not so loud, so it might be it. Usually we put the song over the video, so the song is clearer to hear. So okay, I think the volume here is in the maximum. I want to ask you if the other videos that we saw today were really low or not. My voice apparently is okay, but what about the other freestyles? Would like to check it out before going forward. So Iker Mariano is doing a great job. A lot of insane tricks that I really enjoyed watching. He does a lot of more complex tech stuff, and that's pretty nice if you ask me. Okay, so we have some Brazilian people here watching the live stream so far. Thanks a lot for everyone who's watching at this point. We got almost 20 people at this point, so I'm really glad that you are watching. I hope my English at this point is doing fine. And okay, so let's keep it up. I guess you guys can hear the song, but the songs are in a low volume, right? We are putting into the max. Let me check it out just for a second here. But I think there's nothing I can do to increase the volume. Let's see, redefine. I think just a minute. Yeah, I think there's nothing I can do at this point because the volume here apparently is on the maximum at this point. Let me try one last thing here. Just a second, but I think this might improve the rest of this live stream. Next okay, we're almost starting next here. Just stop. And I hope the volume here will be okay. Oh gosh, my voice is glitchy. What a shame, my voice is glitchy. I hope it's doing fine again. I won't start the video before we check it out this. How is my voice at this point, people? I want you to know. Okay, fine now. I think we can go through here. So, okay, let's just check this and we're ready to start. So, Jaden Juan from South Africa. That's another country that I don't remember seeing other people playing yo-yo, at least that I am aware of. So, let's try. Let's see him. 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Jaden Juan from South Africa. What a great show! I really enjoyed his routine. Again, another player that I didn't know at this point, but I'll definitely watch out. Um, Great tricks, great construction, good music use, I think. Overall, a great and well balanced routine. My advice for him is that I think in one or two moments he repeated some elements, some slack over his trapeze mount. So this won't count two or three times. This will count only once. But overall, great tricks. I really enjoyed his trick set. His horizontal was also amazing because it was really horizontal. Usually we don't do really horizontal tricks. We do like 45 degrees or something, but his tricks are really horizontal. I really enjoy his tricks. I think in his case, he should. There's two paths that he can follow because the first thing that I noticed, I think his string is a bit bigger than I would recommend to him, at least considering the tricks he's doing. He's more like the fast-paced player with more faster tricks like speed combos and front style combos and horizontal. So I think a little bit shorter string would help him to go even faster and have a better control. But he can keep his string in this same length and try to do some more technical tricks, like more complex tricks, because I think this might improve his overall trick set even more. But I really enjoyed his routine at this point because he's an amazing player already. So thanks a lot for competing. Thanks a lot for sending your video. I really want to see more of you in the future as well. Thanks a lot. So the next competitor, I have something to share here before starting the video, and is the fact that Williams Tharang from France. Yes, he's from France. He's a national champion in France. He was going to compete in the last Falando de Yoyo contest, so the last FDI Yoyo contest, but he sent his video 1 or 2 days after the registration finished. So I didn't see this freestyle in time because this freestyle could have been in the last contest that we made. So I decided to put this freestyle. I asked him and I decided to put his freestyle here today in our contest to check it out. But this is kind of an old version of his routine. So let's watch it right now. A competitor from France, Williams Thangrong. So let's watch him in 3, 2, 1, go. Wow. What a show from William Stanrong. I mean, what an amazing routine because he did like 1 minute and a half, which is the length of the semifinals round usually. So that's a problem because once again, if you do 2 minute freestyle, you probably will do a lot of tricks that you wouldn't be able to do in 1 minute and a half. But you know what he did his in this 90 seconds using Polo Garb como Limancool song, I believe, was actually insane. I mean, his control of the yo-yo during his tricks and combos is really insane. Is really amazing. I mean, excellent, excellent. I'm really astonished. Not gonna lie, and he's a really fast player as well. So I think, and let's start a little discussion once again. I think speed combos and rail combos in general nowadays are a bit underrated. Yeah, I know the tricks, the elements are a bit simpler and easier to hit than some big bangers, but I think overall nowadays the fast players that does a lot of insane speed combos and really fast paced tricks and combos are not really well scored. You know, this is just my thoughts. A couple of years ago, or like 10 years ago, I think speed combos were overrated, but now I feel like they are in a point that they're starting to get underrated. But that's just my opinion. So that being said, I think the only thing Williams Theron lacks in this presentation is a bit of, how can I say, a bit of risk into the mix because he does a lot of elements. The control here is amazing. He basically didn't have any single mistake, I guess one mistake or something, and he's a really fast-paced player. But we didn't see a lot of really risky elements overall. But once again, what an insane control he has in the yo-yo. insane tricks. So Nathaniel is asking how many more players. So this is the 7th one. We are halfway through. There's 7 players we'll still have to cover before announcing all the results. So let's go to the next one. So the next player here is from Colombia. Yes, from Colombia, from Latin America, and he is Eugenio Godoy. So let's see what he has to offer to us. People really enjoyed Williams Theron freestyle, I think, looking here at the chat. So let's see what the other players will offer to us. So Eugenio Godoy in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. Thanks a lot for sending your video and competing with us once again. Well, as you might notice, his freestyle is only 1 minute length, so basically half of the time was actually used. So that's a point. There's a point on this. But overall, I really enjoyed his routine. I guess my favorite trick was in the beginning of his freestyle. There's a kind of rejection that goes behind his wrist. I think that's really insane. I mean, it was probably my favorite trick here. He also is a player who is not that fast, so his approach is a bit more. Oh, that's the trick. His approach is a bit more on the technical side rather than being a speed player. But I really enjoyed his routine a lot. Nextel, I really need to learn this trick. I never hit this trick in my entire life. Neck trick is a really great trick. He sure had some misses here and there, but honestly, overall, it was a really great routine. I guess the only point that really will have some good impact in his score, in his final score, is the video length. I mean, 1 minute freestyle nowadays really can't compete with 2 minute freestyles. That's for sure. But I really enjoyed that he's competing with us, and I enjoyed his tricks and his combos again. So let me see the chat here. Yeah, I asked Eugenio if he was going to present 2 minute routine, but no, he really decided to put just 1 minute routine today in today's competition, and that's fine. That's okay. You can have less than 2 minutes. There's nothing wrong about it in the rules. But, when it comes to points, when it comes to clicks, when it comes to this guy here, of course, 2 minute freestyle will be much better for scoring. But Eugenio Godoy from Colombia, our competitor from Colombia, thanks a lot for competing. I don't know many more competitors from Colombia, many more Yoyo players from Colombia. Actually, I know him, basically. So let's go to the next competitor that also competed before in our FDI contest, and he's from Vietnam, ladies and gentlemen. He is, let me put here. Okay, this is a challenge to pronounce. Hyeom Nguyem, I think. Some Asian names are really hard to pronounce here in Brazil, but we are trying. So Hyun Nguyen is also competing here, and let's see what he brings to the table. 3, 2, 1, and let's go! Okay, great routine from Vietnam. Hyun Nguyen is doing pretty great. I and watching this again, I really don't know how to describe this, but for some reason, the pacing of this guy gives me some Yuki Nishisako vibes. I don't know exactly why or if I'm getting crazy, but that's what I thought. Great tricks, really good variety, a lot of elements that really scores pretty well. So he's a really balanced player overall. I really enjoyed his routine. The only point that I think he should improve a bit is the musicality. I mean, probably you guys that are watching the live stream at this point realized that the song here was particularly low in volume. So that's the original video file. But even still, I think the musicality, the music used here, the choreography overall was kind of not quite there. But overall, great tricks, great routine. I really enjoyed his variation. A lot of hard elements that he showed us. And honestly, a really huge improvement compared to his last freestyle that he sent to us in the FDR 4th edition. I also enjoy the fact that some random guy appeared using an Argentina shirt. I guess it's from Argentina. Maybe it's another Uruguay. I'm not sure, but even still, I really enjoyed his routine. A lot of hard elements, well executed elements, some mistakes here and there, and as I said before, this always impact the overall result. But overall, insane tricks, and I'm really glad to see him competing, and honestly, in a much higher level than before. So Hyun Nguyen, the competitor from Vietnam. Also, the Vietnam level, as I noticed, is really improving a lot in the last years. So that's quite interesting to see. Well, with that being said, people are liking the Hyun Nguyen freestyle as I'm seeing here on the chat. So let's go to the next competitor here from Singapore. Here, he also competed before in the X division and once again is competing in 1A Pro division. And he's from Singapore, Brian Teo. So let's go here. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, Brian Tell showing his routine to us. Honestly, great routine. I think it was an improvement, at least in the trick set, compared to his last freestyle, his last participation. I really enjoyed because he has a good variety, a fine musicality as well. But I think what he should improve a bit, at least looking now, is on the control point, because honestly the trick set is already there. He's already really capable of doing insane tricks in an amazing routine. But I honestly feel that sometimes here and there the control is not quite there yet. Like, for example, he does some horizontal stuff that by the end of the combo is not so horizontal. When he misses a trick, it's not really fast to recover. But those are some nitpicks by me because he's doing really great at this point. I really enjoyed his routine. A lot of tricks that really scores well. So the tricks, that's what I said, his trick set is quite good already, because I think the tricks he already has, already scores pretty well. So thanks a lot for sending your video. Thanks a lot for competing once again. Yeah, great routine overall. Some misses here and there, but the overall performance was still very entertaining for us. With that being said, we have only 4 competitors left, right? So we have only 4 competitors left. And the next one is from Spain. We are talking about Hector Perez from Spain. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, for those who didn't know, Hector Perez actually was one of the competitors in the 1A amateur division in the 3rd edition of the FDI Yoyo contest. Last time he also competed in pro, and now he's competing in pro division again. So it's good to see the champion of the amateur division competing in the pro division as well after some months. And I'm really glad to see him competing, and I really like to see his evolution over these years. So let's see what Hector Perez has prepared to us, and let's watch him in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. All right, all right. Uh, Hector Perez from Spain, what a show. I mean, you guys probably have noticed, but he only has insane and high risky tricks. I mean, no speed combo, no front style combo, no. Just insane tricks one after the other. Sure, he had some mistakes, but considering the level of difficulty here, I mean, do you guys believe this guy once competed in amateur division? Because I don't. I mean, I was the judge in that contest, and I don't believe. I mean, look at this trick here. This was insane. A neck stall, and then he just goes into another neck trick. I mean, that's way insane. And all the freestyle is actually like this. Usually we have two types of players, you know, the more complex player and the more risky player. You know, usually the risky player does something like that has a really good zoning but lands in a trapeze, for example. And this guy seems to have the both parts of it because he uses a lot of zoning elements, but instead of landing on a trapeze or something like that, he ends like in a double triangle that came from nowhere. I mean, insane tricks, a lot of towers that I don't know how he does it. I honestly, it looks like his trick set is a bit ahead of its time because I can imagine people trying to do these types of tricks like 10 years from now, like 2034. But nowadays, he seems to be only of the few who is doing this already. And you know, amazing tricks. I really enjoyed his routine a lot, a lot. It was really risky, really insane to watch because every single time he was doing one insane trick after the other. So, wow, Hector Perez, you are doing a great job. And I'm looking at the chat here, and yes, I've seen some of his stuff on Instagram, and it's also really insane what he's capable of. A lot of tricks that I don't believe how he can do it, how he can land it. So insane. Hector Perez, huge congrats, really, huge congrats. So we have 3 more competitors left. And the next one is also from Singapore. We're talking about Cedric Kong, ladies and gentlemen. So let's put the volume here on the maximum and let's try this one. I'm seeing that some Brazilian people are watching the live stream, like Gael Kenzo, who got second place in the division that we streamed yesterday. So that's really nice. So next competitor here is Cedric Kong from Singapore. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Okay, great presentation from Cedric Kong from Singapore. I really like his relaxed style of play. I mean, he's doing really good stuff here, but in a really smooth pacing, really calm, really chill. And honestly, it's like really really nice to watch. So I really enjoyed his routine. He doesn't do a lot of insanely risky elements or anything like that. He also doesn't try to do anything way too fast, insanely fast like some other players. But overall, great routine. I really enjoyed. He really is the type of guy who tries to do a lot of original and unique elements into his routines, and I appreciate it. Once again, I guess this is another example of a guy that honestly is not, how can I explain that? This is the type of freestyle that doesn't get enough credits on the current judge system because we don't eval originality, we don't eval fluidness. It's something different from control, and we don't eval uniqueness or rareness, and that's something that I honestly think it might improve the overall competition in the yo-yo scene. um, but it's really nice to see him competing with great tricks, great combos, and really unique elements into the mix here. Although I don't think all of those elements here, like for example in the middle of some of those combos, are hard enough to be clicked. That's a point. But overall, great routine. I really enjoyed him competing. He's also a person who already competed in our FDI yo-yo contest before, so really nice to see him again on stage, here on video on our live stream. So that's it. With that being said, we have only 2 more competitors left before announcing their results. So the next one from the United States is him, Thomas Rajan, or Rajan. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, I'm sorry. Thomas Rajan. Okay? So let's see Thomas competing here. Once again, he's also a guy who competed before in our 4th edition of FDI Yo-Yo Contest. Let's see Thomas once again. So 3, 2, 1, go. All right, amazing routine from Thomas Rajan. I mean, did you guys see that? Because, yeah, banger after banger, exactly. Amazing routine. And one thing that I noticed is like he he almost didn't have any misses, but he mastered his front style combo, basically all his front style combo. But honestly, in the overall performance, that didn't matter because the most insane tricks he was doing before and after that more than paid off. So a lot of risk elements, a lot of risky horizontal elements. That's something that I really notice. I mean, usually we have some really risky and really hard banger that we throw, normally. And this guy was doing this horizontally. And what a huge improvement compared to his last routine here on February this year in the fourth edition. Now he's much better, I can say that. And, he basically hit everything that he should. Once again, that front style combo didn't matter, as you are seeing right now, that front style combo didn't matter that much. And he was doing a lot of insane hooks, a lot of insane horizontal stuff, and over behind the back horizontal also was pretty on point. Insane routine from Thomas. Also great musicality, I would say. Yeah. I will say something here and you guys who are watching might agree with me. I remember like 2018 or 2019 where I was looking and was seeing Hunter Feuerstein competing. Like he got 15th at Worlds in 2019, I guess. And I was thinking, okay, he's not on the top, on the very elite right now, but I really think Hunter will be one of the very top players at the world in a couple of years. And that's exactly what happened since now he's number 3 at Worlds. You know what? I feel the exact same thing about Thomas. I'll be honest with you guys. 2 or 3 years from now, I will be glad to see where he will be in the competitive scene because he has so much potential and he's already an insane player. I mean, he has done the double triangle horizontally, which is insane. And that's just one example. He has a lot of others. So great stuff here from Thomas. Let's see how he will perform in the results. And now we'll have the last competitor of today. And actually, she is the last competitor of today. And she's Katie Thompson, also from the United States. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, to end this today's contest, we'll see Katie Thompson and we'll see her freestyle right now. So I'll put the volume here on the maximum and let's see what she brings to the table. So 3, 2, 1, let's start. Great, great, great routine from Katie Thompson. What a way to finish our contest today. I mean, insane tricks, insane trick presentation was actually on point. I don't know exactly. I guess she's going to compete at Ante-Yoyo contest in a couple of weeks, I believe. And I think this freestyle might be her pick to compete in that contest as well. But insane tricks, insane presentation, body control was on point. I mean, the way she presents herself is really impressive, and that's really impressive not only in video but also on stage. I considering what I've seen so far. So also Risk was really on point because she did I don't know how many tricks where she throws the yo-yo up over her head. Like she's doing that every single time, and a lot of times she's hitting everything. So great execution so far. Well, I'm really impressed. Not only that, but the construction here, the control is good, the musicality here is good, the choreography is good, the tricks on the beating of the music, but not only the musicality on choreography, but also the construction side of things. I mean, she's using, I don't know this word in English, guys, I'm sorry, but she's using something here, and it really makes sense considering the music, Eye of the Tiger. So I'm really impressed that she used the original version of the song. Usually when people try to build a freestyle over using an older song, people usually try to use some remixed version to make the construction and choreography a bit easier. And she used the original version from the 80s, I think. So great tricks, insane construction, insane evals, and honestly insane execution as well, because she was doing a lot of hard stuff and she was hitting basically everything. So congrats, huge congrats, Katie, because you are an amazing player. Honestly, I'm really glad to see you competing here with us again, and I wish you and also the other people who are competing in Ante-Yoyo contest in a couple of weeks the best of luck. So yeah, those were the 14 competitors in the 1A Pro division. So what do you guys think? In a couple of minutes, we are going to share all the results here. So I wanna see what you guys are commenting here in the chat. And in a couple of minutes, we'll start showing all the results for you. So yeah, we have the 1A Amateur division, we have the X division results, and 1A Pro division as well. I hope you guys are enjoying this contest. Actually, it's the first time that I'm doing a live stream all by myself. It's a bit scary, to be honest. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys are understanding my English. I promise in the 6th edition, I'll try to improve a little bit more because I feel it's necessary. But yeah, I hope you guys are enjoying this contest as much as I am. So yeah, I think without any more information here, we are going to share the results with you guys. Yeah, the top 3 of every single division. Not to forget that in a couple of hours, we are going to share all the results, the complete results in our Instagram as well. So pay attention to that. Okay? So I really want to see if you guys are watching the results. If you guys are seeing this right now, we are going to share all the results at this point. So I think you should be seeing the results right now. So let me just check if everything is working fine. So yeah, we have 16 people here in the chat at this point. I'm really glad to see this. Okay, so people are giving their opinions on who got the first, who got the second, and who got third place. Let's check it out. So Okay, I think it's time to share all the results with you guys. And once again, I'm really happy to see a lot of people outside from Brazil competing in this contest. Sure, we don't have much to offer since this is a free contest, so we don't have a lot of prize, or better said, we don't have prizes to send for people outside from Brazil. But it's like I really enjoy to see people outside from Brazil competing all over the world in a lot of countries. So, okay, let's start with the results. Starting here with the 1A Amateur International Division. Do you guys remember we had 3 people competing? One from Indonesia, one from United States, one from Mexico, and the third place here got 84.2 points, which is a pretty high score if you ask me. As I was explaining before, this final score, you can compare this with the final score of the 1A Amateur Brazilian Division that we presented yesterday on our Instagram. So you can compare your position considering everyone else that competed in Brazil as well. So in third place with a score of 84.2, congrats to Diego Torres from Mexico. Congrats, you got third place in 1A Amateur Division. So the second place, guys, got an insane amount of 93.1 points, which is huge score. So let's see, who do you guys think got second and first in a 1A Amateur International Division? I want to see in the chat your opinions, your thoughts on that before we announce the champions. So yeah, the second place here got 93.1 points, which is an insane score. And yeah, ladies and gentlemen, in second place, huge congrats to the United States, Luke Ballinger, ladies and gentlemen, got second place. Huge congrats to him. Amazing tricks. I really enjoyed his routine overall, and I'm really glad to see him competing here with us. And 93.1 points is a huge score. So, you know what is going right now. The first place with the final score of 96.9 points from Indonesia, Lionel Marco, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, from Indonesia, he got the absolute first place in this contest. So I'm really happy to see him competing. I didn't know any of the players. I'll be honest with you guys. I haven't heard of any of you 3 here, and I really will look forward to you after this contest to see what you'll bring to the table in the next couple of months. So huge congrats to the 3, and here are the complete results if you wanna see. So you can see that Lionel got almost 70 on tech, and you might be asking why 70 if other evals were only up to 10. I mean, the maximum tech score would be 60, so why Lionel has more than 60? Well, that's because we decided to compare the results, the full results, with the Brazilian freestyles that we presented in the live stream yesterday. So considering the maximum of Brazilian standards, which was 60, Lionel Marco got 69, which made him a bit ahead of Luke Ballinger, even considering that he didn't put a song into his routine. So yeah, Lionel Marco won this competition, and I really wanna say thank you for everyone who put all this effort into these freestyles. Okay, so thanks a lot for everyone. And okay, that was the results for the 1A Amateur International Division. So now we are gonna see the top 3 in the X Division. Remember, we had 3 people competing. One from Singapore, Brian Tell, competing in 2A. One from Republic of Korea, Ji-Hu Lee, competing in 5A. And of course, Wei Yao Kim, competing from China, using a 4A Yoyo style. So let me see here just in a moment how the chat is reacting to these results. I guess people really enjoyed. Yes, it was pretty close, the results. Honestly, I guess it was only 3 points, the difference. So, yeah. Third place in the X Division category with 61.2 points. Ladies and gentlemen, from Singapore, Brian Tell. Huge congrats, Brian. Insane tricks. I really enjoyed his 2A style. So, congrats to him. Yeah, let me see here people commenting on the chat before we announce the second place. And the second place got 90.4 points, which is a huge score. So yeah, the second and the first place were pretty damn close. So in second place, with the final score of 90.4 points, who do you guys think? Unfortunately, my chat here is like 30 seconds behind my live stream. But okay, who do you guys think got second and got first in the X Division? Second place got 90.4 points. And the second place goes to China. Wei Yao Qin playing an excellent 4A freestyle with 0 mistakes. It was an amazing routine, an amazing freestyle, and yeah, he was great. In overall, a great player, overall, a great competitor. Really, we can't give him any advice because what he's doing right now is already excellent. And you know, guys, who got the first place at this point, since we only have 3 competitors, and as you might notice, one of them is the current 5A world champion, and he is from Republic of Korea, having 97 points. Ji-Hoo Lee. Huge congrats. It was amazing to see those performances into the mix here, into our contest. So I'm really glad, I'm really honored to have you guys all over the world competing here in this Brazilian free contest to compete. So Wei Yao Qin 90.4 points, Ji-Hoo Lee 97 points. And for those who are wondering, here are the final results, the top 3, all the results, all the scores. Let me see the chat here before we announce the top 3 players from 1A Pro Division, which I believe is probably what you guys are waiting for. So yeah, okay, so Katie Thompson said here it was close, and yes, it was indeed. If you see the full score sheet, Ji-Hoo Lee won in technical execution with his insane tricks, but a lot of evals, Wei Yao Qin was actually ahead. So that's insane because we have the current world champion and another player, and this other player, Wei Yao Qin, actually got even higher scores in some of those criteria, which is insane. So it's really insane to see these competitors. So Thomas is on the chat right now. Lucky Ballonger is on the chat as well. And Nathaniel is on the chat, as I can see. Katie Thompson is there too. Yes, Hector Paris is on the chat as well. Good to see you guys are here with us. And let's see, what do you guys think? The anti-Yoyo contest is like 2 or 3 weeks ahead, and I'm really looking forward to it. So let's see. I hope most of you guys who competed here today will compete at anti-Yoyo contest as well. Maybe I will compete at anti-Yoyo contest as well, because it's been a while since the last time that I actually practiced something. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's start announcing the full results here of the 1A Pro Division. So, third place, Who do you guys think? I'm gonna give you some time to share your opinions, because the third place got 81.6 points. Yes, a huge evaluation, a huge points. So let's see, who do you guys think? Who got third place in your opinion? Remember, we had 14 competitors today, and let's see who got the third place. All right. I'm looking here. Let me see what you guys are thinking. The third place got 81.6 points. Okay, I'm seeing some players already, some people already have commented below. And let's see. So in third place with the final score of 81.6 points, ladies and gentlemen, Hector Perez from Spain. Huge congratulations, Hector. You did an amazing job. It was excellent to see you competing. A lot of really risky stuff, really insane stuff that we don't see very often. Or let me put me this way, we don't see this with other players. And that's excellent. 81.6. Huge congrats. You got third place at our 5th edition in FDI Yoyo contest. And I'm really glad, because the first time that I saw you competing was in our contest in the 3rd edition, where you got the first place in the international amateur division, and now you got 3rd in the pro division. I'm really happy to see this score right now. Okay, so let me see here. The second place, who do you guys think? 89.2 points. That's the final score of the second place. In second place, with the final score of 89.2, who do you guys think? Okay. Oh, people are divided between Katie and Thomas, apparently. Okay, let's see. In second place, with the final score of 89.2 points, huge congrats to Katie Thompson, ladies and gentlemen. Huge congrats. It was amazing to see her video, and I'll be honest with you guys, I really think she improved a lot considering the last routine that I saw from her. And another point that I should comment is that some of the points, some of the evals that she was really well, like how can I say, amplitude or zoning, and even trick presentation overall, body control, those were criteria that we didn't evaluate here. So I think this kinda didn't help with her to score even higher. But, you know, it was an amazing routine nonetheless. Really happy to see 89.2 points. Huge congrats, Katie. It was amazing. And now, the first place with the final score of 95 points. I guess you guys on the chat already know what is coming and what's coming at this point. Huge congrats with the final score. What an amazing score. 95 points. Yes, it's him. Thomas Rajan. Huge congrats, Thomas. You won the 5th edition of the FDI Yoyo contest. Huge congrats. You won the pro division. You got the first place. So amazing routine, amazing presentation overall. Great tricks, really risky tricks and dynamic style. I really enjoyed. Actually, I really would like to thank everyone who competed. I really would like to say huge congrats, even for those who didn't get the top 3 spots here, especially for those who got the top 3. You guys are amazing. It's really insane. And let's just share here for a moment the final score sheet, considering everyone and every eval, every technical execution, so you guys can check it out. Remember, we will share all of this information, all of the results, the complete results in our Instagram too in a couple of hours. So yeah, it was really great. It was a really great moment to be here, and I really hope you guys enjoyed as much as I did. Looking at the comments here, and whoa, people are really happy to see the top 3 spots here with Hector, Katie, and Thomas apparently. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, it was a really high level competition, of course, and probably anti-Yoyo contest in a couple of weeks will be even higher, right? So it was really nice to see all of you guys competing, like United States, Spain, Brazil, Vietnam, France, and Singapore, South Africa, Mexico, Colombia, and even Trinidad and Tobago or Tobago. Again, I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I'll study this after. Huge congrats to everyone who competed. It was a pleasure to be here. Once again, huge congrats to the winners. Huge congrats to everyone who appeared here. And I hope you guys enjoyed this contest. So FDI Yoyo Contest 5th edition is closed. It is finished at this point. Yeah, we did it. We did it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. So that's it. Thanks a lot for everyone who competed, everyone who's watching the live stream. And once again, I hope my English was alright to understand for the most part. I'll practice a bit more to reduce the amount of the accent that I have. But I'm really glad to see everyone here, and I see you guys in the future in the 6th edition of the FDI Yoyo contest. I guess it will be like 6 or 7 months from now, I'm not sure yet, but we'll try to share as soon as possible and see everyone competing once again with us. That being said, I think it's time to say goodbye and to say thank you for the last time, and we see you guys. I hope everyone will keep competing, will keep practicing and improving his skills. Thanks a lot, everyone. It was a pleasure. Goodbye, and see you in the future.